Head coach, women's basketball at Langston University.
Originally starting the game, what were the offensive and defensive game plans?
Just to keep people in front. For the past 5 games, we've been getting people to the free throw line a lot. I say an average of 20, 25 free throws a game. So the thing about it, if we want to take away the free throws, you take away points, and that means we're not letting people score easy because people have a hard time scoring in an offensive half-court set with us because our defense is aggressive. We up, we're denying, we're pushing the ball to the side. So we got to learn how to stop fouling so much because the way they call the women's game now, it's too many free throws being shot. So our game plan, defensive-wise, was just not to get them to the free throw line. We knew offensively we'd have mismatch with Ashika, Talia, even Jalen, and we just try to take advantage of it.
How did that change by halftime?
Halftime, like when we look at the stats, we're seeing, number 1, she was pretty much getting any shot she wanted, as well as number 10 before she fouled out. So our main focus was trying to deny number 1, try to keep the ball in her hands and let somebody else bring the ball up the court, and then apply more pressure on them. So we're just trying to speed them up, get more turnovers. That created offense for us.
My name is Terrence Palmer. I'm assistant women's basketball coach at Langston University. Once we realized we were capable of doing some things to them offensively and defensively, we kind of got away from the game plan. So the little break at halftime was good because what we ended up doing was just basically asking them questions, because what we're trying to do is teach them so they learn how to see the game as players, how we see it. And one of the things we knew that we could do was take the ball inside. And what we did in the second half was just continue to throw the ball on the inside and make them have to guard, because their guards were guarding our guards, but they were significantly smaller. And then when number 10 got in foul trouble, we just took the ball inside and had our way because they didn't have any shot blockers. The biggest thing we wanted to do was try to limit number 1 from getting the ball. And we did a pretty good job for a good portion of time. We had a couple freshmen on her and they lost track, but it's a good experience for them going ahead.
Okay, so with half of the season being over, where do you think the team has improved, and how do you feel y'all will improve by the end of the season?
I think they see that they're good now. They're starting to play well together with each other. When we brought Talia in, we felt like that was a piece we were missing, somebody that can dominate on the inside, which open up more for Jalen and Ashika and Grace, on the perimeter. So we filled that spot. Now we starting to gel together and play well together. So now we're gaining more confidence at the right time going towards the end of the season.
My name is Hollis Giles, assistant women's basketball coach / player development. They understand like this is my job and this is what I do. Certain people know that they score. Some people know that they come in and spot up, shoot, and do this, and we give everybody the light to shoot. But the thing we don't settle for is you got to come in and play defense. If you can't play defense, you can't play. But I think they're starting to gel more, and people are starting to understand roles. And I think the acquisition of Talia Edwards at that break really helped us because it gives us a solid inside post, and it helps take the pressure off the other post players that we had.
So when post-game, Coach Palmer addressed how you all can take teams apart with your defense, what do you think he meant by that?
I just think our defense, the way we're up running and pressing, is like that old Kentucky style where Pitino press you the whole 40 minutes of the game. I think that, with the shape that we're in, we know teams are going to get tired because we're going to continue to come at you, whether we're up 20 or down 20. We're just going to continue to go.
Teams spend so much time trying to get the ball to the person that makes the decision that they not realizing that either they're open or they have a better chance of giving it to somebody else to make a play. But that's the part of being a team. You do what you do. And if you play out of your comfort zone, it makes everything bad. So basically what we did, we just took them out of their comfort zone. We made them have to speed up, and we're going to deny your best ball handler, your best decision maker, your best player the ball as much as possible. So whenever she gets it, she's going to forget about giving the ball to anybody else, or she's going to take a rush shot, or somebody else going to take a rush shot.
How will you all be able to make sure that you sweep these next games coming up?
We can't take nobody for granted. We're not in a position to take people for granted. We're not a top team. We have the talent of a top team, but we're not in a top team position. And we still have statements to make. People don't believe that, they still believe that this is the Langston that gets beat. I just believe that if we continue to play defense and we continue to execute game plans and follow it all the way to 40 minutes plus, we'll win these games because we bring havoc. And if we continue to bring havoc and continue to speed people up, we will win games. Like today, we forced them to 32 turnovers. That's a lot of turnovers. So if we can keep people above 20 plus turnovers and keep our turnovers down and stop fouling, we'll be good. That's one thing people in this conference do. They shoot threes and they shoot free throws good. And if you foul teams in this conference, they shoot 80 plus. And we can't foul people. But again, if we stick to the game plan, we're a pressing team. We're a defensive team. And if we stick to those principles, we should be able to win these games.
Sometimes it's just that simple. Doing what you do best and maximizing that. And if I can just concentrate on what I do best, then my weaknesses don't look that bad. I think with a lot of times we got into issues where people were trying to do things that physically and mentally they just weren't prepared for. And so once we got the rotation situated, it made everything a lot easier. And I think for the most part, where we are now, it's pretty good. We gave up a game, I thought, the other night that we should have won. But when you look at our team, basically we only have 2 returners from last year's roster, and it's a whole new team. So it's going to be those things. You don't like it as a coach because you know those are winnable games, but you hope in the long run it'll pay off.